The bell rang before Rowan saw the spit. She was at the harbor office window with her mother's tablets sorted into the days of the week, trying to work out whether she could leave them there until lunch. The sound came across the water, one blunt strike, then another. Gannet Spit lay beyond the boatyard, a low brown shape in the fog. Nobody should have been on it. The old warning rail was still up, and the tide had turned an hour ago. A child shouted near the quay. Rowan took her coat from its hook and ran. Marnie Coates had 6 pupils packed behind the rail, yellow hoods and red rucksacks bright against the gray. Kit Dallow stood half a pace ahead of the others with his phone held up in both hands.
"Back," Marnie said without raising her voice. "Kit, now."
On the spit, something pale stood beside the bell. It was tall enough to be a person. The fog took its edges and gave them back. Then the bell rang again.
"My gran says that's the ferryman," Kit said. "He rings when the channel takes people."
"Your gran says a lot before breakfast," Rowan told him. Kit lowered the phone.
"You heard it."
Rowan had. She could also see the temporary marina barrier set 30 yards along the shore, steering the class toward the old crossing as neatly as an usher. Ada Sayer's preview boards leaned against it, their printed pontoons smiling blue in weather that had no color. "Marnie, take them to the cafe," Rowan said. "No shore path. I'll come after you." Marnie looked at the spit once more. Her hand was tight around the strap of her rucksack.
"The bell never rings in the daytime."
"That is useful to know," Rowan said. "Go."
It cost her the morning inspection. Ada had been waiting 3 weeks for Rowan's final harbor note, and Rowan had promised herself she would be brisk, fair, and finished by noon. But the fog was coming in low over the channel, and the children were still turning to look back. She went down to the rail. The bell hung from its crooked timber frame. Rowan raised the field glasses and found the strap below the bell. The upper leather was black with salt and age. The lower loop, where a hand might pull from below, was pale and soft. Behind her, a loudspeaker crackled. "Welcome to Gannet Marina Preview." The voice was muffled by the fog, then gone. Rowan turned. Ada stood by the sight cabin in a camel-colored coat, one hand on the door. Even from the rail, Rowan could see the woman's white trainers had not been near mud.
"That was your speaker,"
Rowan said. Ada's mouth set.
"It was not meant to run until 11. The bell rang first. I heard it. Did your crew use the old slip?" "No."
Ada said it too quickly, and Rowan wrote the word down in the damp notebook she kept in her pocket. By the time she reached the cafe, Marnie had the children around 2 pushed-together tables. Hot chocolate steamed under paper lids. Kit was playing his recording to anyone who would listen.
"You were told not to go past the line,"
Marnie said when Rowan came in.
"I didn't go past it." "You did. I went beside it."
Rowan held out her hand.
"May I?"
He gave her the phone after a pause. The file began with gulls, children, and the wind worrying at Marnie's raincoat. Then the bell, 2 strikes, not loud but clean. Somebody gasped. 53 seconds passed. At 54, the loudspeaker came on with its bright recorded welcome. Rowan played that part twice. Ada came in behind her.
"He could have edited it. He is 12.
Marnie said. "He has trouble finding the torch button." Kit looked wounded, but he did not deny it.
"Could I see the speaker?"
Rowan asked. Ada looked at the children, then at the phone in Rowan's hand.
"I have a permit."
"For a preview, not for lying to me about when it began."
"It was a test. 1 line. The contractor was meant to check the battery and turn it off. I did not know it had carried across the water."
"Who had the key to the cabin?"
"Me. Tomas from North Shore Sound, 2 electricians. None of them went near that bell."
"You said your crew did not use the old slip."
"They did not."
The second denial came slower, worse. Outside, a van door slammed. The children jumped. Marnie took the phone from Rowan and gave it back to Kit.
Lunch is over,
She said.
We are going to the library where the ghosts have shelves.
Kit lingered while the others filed out.
The man on the spit had a coat like Eli's.
Marnie's face changed before she could stop it.
What coat?
Rowan asked.
Whitey yellow, with the flappy bit. Eli Varon?
Marnie said. Kit nodded.
But he was at his house. I saw him by the slip when we came in.
Rowan looked through the cafe window. The abandoned slip sat behind the boatyard fence, a strip of cracked concrete that had not launched anything official in 10 years.
Did you see a boat?
She asked.
No, just him. He had a bucket.
Marnie put a hand on Kit's shoulder.
With me.
When they had gone, Rowan walked to the slip. The fence was unlatched. A narrow scrape marked the wet concrete from its bottom edge down toward the flats. It was not deep, just 2 shallow lines in the film of sand, close enough for the ribs of a small skiff. The scrape stopped where the mud became water. Eli's workshop door stood open across the yard. Tins of screws covered the bench in careful rows. Eli himself was tightening a brass fitting in a vise.
You have a boat you keep off the books?
He did not look up.
Everybody has a boat they keep off the books. The old slip has been used. Then somebody has used it. The bell rang.
That made him stop. His left thumb rested on the brass, the old split across it white against the skin.
You heard it,
Rowan said.
I heard people shouting. There was a figure by it. I saw fog. You know the route to the spit?
Eli reached for a rag.
Everybody knows the route. Kit says you were here with a bucket. I was. What was in it? Bolts.
Rowan waited. Eli wiped the fitting, though it was already clean. Out beyond the open door, 3 gull posts showed as black strokes in the fog. Eli glanced at them.
Not today,
he said.
They're not lined up.
Rowan looked at the posts. From where she stood, the middle one had disappeared into the white.
Lined up for what? For walking,
Eli said.
Your father never showed you?
He showed me not to walk there.
That was the lesson.
He set the brass fitting in its tin and shut the lid. Marnie was waiting outside the library when Rowan returned to the high street. The class had gone in without her. Her teal hat was wet at the edge.
I shouldn't have brought them down there.
The barrier sends people that way. You could not have known about the bell.
I knew about the bell.
Not that it rang in daylight.
Marnie folded and unfolded the paper map in her hand. When I was small, people said it rang for my father.
Rowan said nothing.
It was not my father.
Marnie went on.
It was Eli's. He was a volunteer. I got caught beyond the posts when the water came up. I was 7.
She pressed her thumbnail into the map.
He got me to shore. He didn't get himself.
You were a child.
Eli's mother did not say that.
The rain moved across the library windows in slanted lines. Rowan thought of the tablets on her kitchen table, each day set out in its plastic square. There were ways of making care look like an arrangement. There were other ways of carrying it until it had a name too heavy to say.
Eli told me once,
Marnie said,
that his father watched the goalposts. When they stood in a line from the slip, you had time. When they broke apart, you didn't. He told me that without being asked. He does that, makes a rule sound like weather.
Rowan handed the map back.
Keep the children away from the rail. I need to get to the spit at low water.
You are not going alone.
I have a chart.
You have a mother waiting for tablets. That landed where Marnie had meant it to. Rowan nodded once and went to call home. By late afternoon, the fog had thinned enough to show the bell frame whole. Ada was at the site cabin with a clipboard and a man in a fluorescent jacket. The loudspeaker lay on its side by the door, its cable coiled like a black rope.
I want the cabin keys,
Rowan said. Ada gave them to her. You will find a permitted speaker and a contractor who made a bad decision.
I may find a good decision made for the wrong reason. That happens too.
Ada gave a brief laugh with no amusement in it.
Do you think I wanted a ghost before a public preview? I think you wanted your barrier moved before anyone noticed where it sends people. The barrier is there because your harbor office asked for it, to protect the piling works. It has no arrow for the old crossing. I can move it. Not after the fog lifts.
Ada looked toward the spit.
If this becomes a story, I lose the permit. If a child goes out there, you lose more than that.
The tide had drawn back from the flats. Rowan took Marnie's map, the field glasses, and a coil of line from the cabin. Kit appeared at the door with his rucksack.
No.
Rowan said.
I can tell you where I stood. Marnie? She said I could stay at the library. Then stay at the library. I didn't edit it. I just wanted the bell louder.
Rowan looked at him.
Your recording is useful. Going near water after being told not to is not.
His chin went up. For a moment he looked older and much younger at once. Ada took his rucksack strap.
Come and show me what you heard.
She said.
From the path.
Kit allowed himself to be led away. Marnie met Rowan at the rail. Eli was already on the far side, by the old slip, carrying a narrow wooden frame under his arm. His oilskin was not on him.
Eli.
He did not turn.
The goalposts stood nearly in a line. The fog had begun to settle again across their bases. Eli. He put the frame down and looked over his shoulder. Do not go out there. Something of mine is out there. Then it can stay. It will drift when the water comes. Then it will drift.
His face did not move.
You don't know what it is. No. But I know it is not worth another crossing in this.
She lifted the field glasses. The white shape on the spit had sagged in the rain. At its feet, a square of darker wood showed through. The bell frame shone wet. The lower strap moved in the wind, pale as a hand. Eli took one step toward the flats. Rowan threw the coil of line across the rail and caught it around his wrist before he could take another. It was not a strong hold. He could have pulled away. He looked at the line, then at her. "Your father would have tied it wrong," he said. "He taught me enough." A metal click came from the bell housing. Behind the cracked backplate, Rowan saw a small black kitchen timer. Its red hand stopped at 10:15. Eli closed his eyes. Ada came up behind them with Kit and the contractor. "What is it?" Kit asked. Rowan kept her hand on the line. "A bell that somebody wanted us to hear." The water was already smoothing the first marks of the old route. On the spit, the pale figure leaned toward the bell as though it were listening. Rowan looked from the fresh lower strap to Eli's bare shoulders, then to the chalky threads caught on the hinge. Ada's speaker was real, so had her lie. The boat scrape was real, so was the rule about the goalposts. None of it settled the one thing that mattered. Who had made the ferryman's bell ring, and had they done it to frighten the town or keep it alive?